Turn signals! The only thing drivers forget exist. And honestly, I don't even know why I'm upgrading mine. Half the people in my city don't use them anyways. But today, I'll be installing the Diode Dynamics LED switchback turn signals onto my 2016 Mustang. So although everyone has turn signals, what's the point of them? And what do they even do? Well, back in the 1800s, when cars were first invented, most people just used hand signals to show other drivers on the road what way they were turning. You know, kind of like this. This was left, this was right. Kind of like people that ride bikes. Even though I don't see most of them using hand signals either. It wasn't until 1914 or 15 when the silent film star named Florence Lawrence invented the first turn signal and brake light. She was like, hey guys, you can put this auto signaling arm on the back fender and it will raise or lower by a push button inside. Well, this didn't gain as much attention as it should have, even though it was a great invention. But there were also two more guys. One named Edgar A. Waltz that got a patent on a more modern turn signal, but his patent eventually expired without any success. And the other guy, Oscar J. Simler, who patented this turn signal in 1929. But even then, it wasn't for another 10 years in the late 1930s that companies like Buick started offering them as standard in their new lineup of cars like the 1938 Buick Special, which had torpedo-style turn signals on the front fenders. And you know what? These things actually look pretty cool. But anyways, while Europe was busy getting turn signals, it wasn't until 1963 that some early volunteers in the US decided to adopt this new safety feature onto their cars. And although it was mandated to have amber turn signals in the front after the year 1968, the US never really mandated an amber turn signal in the rear, which is why to this day, you still see many automakers trying to save a quick buck by just keeping everything on the one red brake light circuit. But why do we use amber? Why not green? Why not blue? Well, it was really simple. The amber turn signals just stood out better than the rest. They even had a safety research stating that amber is statistically safer. So you might be asking, why am I getting rid of all the amber on my 2016 Mustang? Well, realistically, it's just for aesthetics. I really like the look of LEDs, and that's why I decided to go with these Diode Dynamics switchback turn signals. And you know, since they're switchbacks, it means that when I'm not using the turn signal, they're gonna stay on white LEDs, and when I use them, they're gonna quickly switch to amber, start flashing, and then immediately switch back when I'm done. But yeah, before I upgraded to my new S650 headlights, I kind of still wanted some safer turn signals to keep in the front, so I opted for these. And you know, these give me the aesthetic look that I'm going for, you know, kind of keeping it modern, even though half of these new Mustangs don't even come with them anymore. Plus the amber that they use is a lot brighter than the stock ones, so it's technically safer. Now the only bad thing about these bulbs is that after you install them, you get something called hyper flash. And at least for these Mustangs, the turn signal light inside starts flashing a lot faster, and that's how you know it's going. You know, some people like to say it's cool, but realistically it's not all that good. And then other cars that get hyper flash, you'll see them, especially old cars. You put new LEDs and they just start flashing. Like the lights outside, you'll see them flashing. Similar to how the inside light is for these Mustangs. And the reason it's not good is because hyperflash happens when your computer in your car starts freaking out. It's basically thinking that there's no turn signal there or it went out, and now it's just trying to get your attention as fast as possible so you can go replace it before something else randomly goes out. Because you know, everything's connected to the computer. And you know, this is because after you install LEDs have a lot less resistance than the stock amber bulbs that come in cars. So like I said, it's really just your computer trying to notify you that something needs some fixing. And how do you fix these, you may ask? Well, this is pretty simple too. You just need to add some resistors in line. And basically what that does is it makes your computer think that there's another bulb in there. And this is by increasing the resistance on the line. So after that, you're all set to go. No more hyperflash. Now let me show you how to install these new bulbs into a 2016 Mustang. And usually it's pretty similar in all cars. The first thing you have to do is find where they're at. Pretty simple. Mine are in the front. Next, you have to find a way to access the backside. And for mine, I have to turn my wheel all the way to the side and expose the wheel well cover, where then I can take off the wheel well cover clips and then move the wheel well cover out of the way. After that, simply reach in there, rotate the bulb counterclockwise. This way you can just take off the old bulbs and put in the new ones. And I do have to say, these bulbs are great, but they have a history of sliding out of the sockets because of the way they were designed. Diode Dynamics has said they fixed this in the past, but many people report that they're still having this issue. Anyways, after you're done, slide it back in, twist it clockwise, and then put everything back together, and boom, you have new LED switchback turn signals. Okay guys, let's pause. I want to go ahead and tell you a little bit about my personal favorite detailing products that I definitely recommend you should try. I like to stay pretty consistent with my detailing products. I have my go-to pressure washer, which I've been using for a couple of years now. It's the Adams Polishes Active Pressure Washer 2.0. I have my basic car detailing kit, which comes with a bunch of things like sponges, brushes, you can name it. Then we get into the soap I use. I like to go with this Chemical Guys Hydro Sud Ceramic. It's super foamy and I love it, especially paired with this Rain Kobo foam can. Now, once you're done washing the car, you want to make sure you grab yourself a good towel. This black line towel is honestly my favorite towel I've used to this day. Once you're done with that, you want to make sure you get your interior right with this Chemical Guys Total Interior Cleaner. And the last 3 things I personally use is this DIY ceramic spray to make sure and seal up your car for a nice clean finish. Then you have your TS2 Touchless Tire Shine. I personally really like this one because it makes my tires extra shiny. For this last one, which is the Spray Away Glass Cleaner, if you know, you know. You just spray it on, it foams up, and then you clean it off. Simple as that. But alright guys, let's go ahead and get back to the video. As you just saw, no more amber anywhere unless I want it. But now you may be thinking, are amber turn signals going extinct? Many people, especially Europeans, hate coming over to the US and then driving around because for one, half of us don't use turn signals anyways whenever we're driving. But two, if they do use them, these Europeans can't even tell because over there, they all use amber. And over here, half the time it's just a red flashing light. But why is that? I mentioned it a little earlier that the US never really enforced putting amber turn signals in the rear. They just said you need some rear turn signals. So most automakers, they took that to heart and saved themselves a good chunk of money by removing it altogether. Most of the time you'll just have one set of wires or like a circuit for your brake lights that when activated for your turn signals, they just start flashing with some kind of sequence. And that's how you notify the drivers behind you that you're about to turn left or right. And what's crazy is that some manufacturers still leave a spot for amber turn signals because in their other European markets or wherever else they're enforced, so they have them there. But whenever they're here in the US, they pocket that change by just leaving it out altogether. And it's funny because most of these automakers could probably care a lot less about safety. It's more about the money, especially if you happen to get hit in the back. Well, you're still more likely to go and get another one. So it's kind of a win-win-win for them. You bought a car from them, you get hit in the back. Well, too bad, they're still gonna go sell another car to you because chances are you're gonna need one anyways. And if you don't need a new car, well, you're still probably gonna have to replace some pretty expensive car parts. But like I said, I personally really like the amber turn signals, both in the front and in the back. On the back, I have the Euro clear taillights on my 2016 Mustang, which whenever I turn them on, they have the amber sequence. And honestly, it's really cool and it's really unique compared to anything else you see here in the US at least. As you can see, getting rid of the amber not only looks good, but keeping the switchbacks in the front and in the back just adds an extra little bit of flair, you know what I'm talking about? I personally really enjoy these new turn signals. They're really nice, extra bright, and they help pull in the look that I'm going for my car. So honestly, I would highly recommend them to anyone out there looking for new turn signals, especially if they're trying to find some aftermarket upgrades to get rid of those ugly stock ones. Now don't forget to subscribe so you don't get hyper flash in real life the next time someone decides to cut you off in traffic. See y'all next time.